President Ruto promised to fight corruption. He promised to lower debts.
Hatutakuwa tunatafuta madeni kutoka China na mahali ingine ambayo sasa inatuletea kisirani.
But now he's doing the one thing that we all feared.
Mr. Prime Minister, how are you?
Right now he's in China, signing away our future.
Watu wako China wanakopa madeni za kiufala huko, bara mkuja mujenge nchi yenu ikae kama China, ni ufala mnaenda kuongea kizungu ya umakalio huko. Ni ujinga. We know we have done this because of China. We have done this. Manongwe nyinyi.
So how many deals must he sign before Kenya is no longer ours? This is the top 9 most corrupt deals of the Ruto regime. And number 1 is happening right now. Let us start with number 9, the edible oil scandal. Kenyans were told oil imports would lower prices.
Details have emerged of how oily individuals pocketed about 6 billion shillings in a controversial government deal. It began with a cabinet approval for the Kenyan National Trading Corporation to import duty-free 125,000 metric tons of edible oil.
4 connected farms were handed the Kenya shillings 16.5 billion contract. No tender, no competition.
Companies associated with the close allies of President William Ruto were single-sourced to procure the oil for KNTC.
Guess what? The oil prices never dropped. And to make it all worse,
when it was all done, somewhere over 16 billion shillings had gone with the wind.
Number 8, the CBK currency printing deal. Now, a 14.2 billion Kenya shillings contract was awarded secretly to a German company. Without oversight, even MPs were left in the dark.
Now, members of parliament are now demanding full disclosure of the details between the Central Bank of Kenya and the German company G&D regarding the printing of banknotes for the country. Now, this is due to G&D's controversial history. The G&D company was forced to destroy euro notes worth 325 million euros after the European Central Bank pointed out printing errors.
Right. There were questions about how were we procuring De La Rue as a money printing firm for us. A lot of it was it was always the excuse that money is a very sensitive printing of money is a very sensitive process and exercise that you can't give it just to anybody else.
Who's pocketing the cat? Your guess is as good as mine. Number 7, Adani airport deal.
Indian billionaire Gautam Adani is at the center of attention in East African nation Kenya. A plan to have his company, Adani Group, manage Kenya's main airport in the capital, Nairobi, has thrust him into the limelight. Workers of the main airport, the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, JKIA, are worried that an Adani takeover would render them jobless.
The proposal was to lease out Kenya's busiest airport to India's Adani Group for 30 years.
100 million passenger, ukigawanisha na what Adani is investing in Kenya, you'll come to realize that we are joking. Na wacha nikuambie, hapa msidhani ati kuna deal kubwa Adani. Ni brokers, wameingia brokers, na Kenya itawekewa deni, ambayo deni, unajua, tutakopa, kwa vitabu tutakuwa na deni, tutakuwa tunalipa hawa matajiri ambao wanaigiza Adani ndani. Lakini in real sense, hiyo pesa haikuwa itumika.
No public consultation, no parliament debate.
Fanya biashara India kwanza. Hapa Kenya wacha wa Kenya wafanye biashara yao hapa Kenya.
A foreign billionaire almost got away with Kenya's most vital asset thanks to a sign by the president.
Jairam Ramesh, the spokesperson of India's Congress, termed the deal between Adani Group and Kenya a matter of grave concern that has the potential of easily converting into anger against India and the Indian government.
Number 6, Adani energy deal.
We've just concluded the first PPP project on energy transmission.
Ketraco signed a 127 billion Kenya shillings energy infrastructure contract with Adani Energy.
Energy CS Wandai announces signing of Kenya shillings 95 billion Ketraco Adani deal. Ketraco Adani deal. Nyi mwendele kupiga kelele. Nyi muendelee kukuwa distracted na impeachment ya Gachagua. Muendelee tu kuangalia away as Kenya is being sold.
No tender process. The courts had to step in. Another deal made in the shadows. Number 5. The government-to-government oil scam.
Why Ruto chose to characterize the deal as a G2G is the first red flag that points to mischief in this deal.
Kenya agreed to buy oil on credit from Gulf states.
Maneno ya mafuta katika taifa letu la Kenya. Ni vizuri nieleze watu wa Kenya. Tuache siasa duni na porojo ndogo ndogo. Wale watu wanajaribu kutueleza ati they are telling us we must prove that this transaction between Kenya and the international oil companies is above board. I want to tell them, without fear of any contradiction, na niwaangalie kwa macho, wacheni uongo, wacheni rumors, wacheni speculation, semeni ukweli.
The Auditor General couldn't even audit the deal. It was too opaque. Who's benefiting while fuel prices keep rising? Number 4. Aror and Kimorer Dams resurrection.
You're looking at what was supposed to be the 65 billion Kenyan shillings Aror and Kimorer Dam development projects. Now, if you're sitting there wondering how infrastructure worth about $500 million could be missing from your screen, stop flipping your phone. It's not a problem with your eyes. I'll explain to you why an alleged 65 billion Kenyan shillings was released for the development of these dams, but yet there's no dams to show for it.
The same ghost dams that cost Kenya billions and Uhuru are back.
Now, in late 2014, early 2015, the Kenyan government announced a tender for the development of the joint dam projects, Aror and Kimorer. An Italian company, CMC di Ravenna Itinera, won the tender. The dam was supposed to be developed under the Public-Private Partnership Scheme, for short PPP scheme, meaning that a private company, Itinera, would finance and manage the project until it recouped its investments. This means that the Kenyan government wouldn't take on loans or adjust budgets, and so basically the Kenyan people would have no loan to take. Now, the project was supposed to start within the next 8 months of the one tender, or the agreement would be void. Now, not only did the projects never begin after 8 months, there's still very little to be shown till this day.
Despite court cases and clear corruption links, Ruto wants to restart them.
But under this new particular contract, all the terms of the agreement had changed. The government of Kenya was actually set to finance, plan, and manage every single thing involved with the Aror development projects, despite the fact that this had not been approved by Treasury, despite the fact that this had not been even within the plans of the national budget at that time.
Why revive a scandal unless it pays someone? Number 3. The Sudan gold and arms conspiracy.
There's a rebel movement called RSF. And the leader of that group is called Hemeti. The international community had placed international sanctions against Hemeti because of genocide, killing women and children. He is using our country to bring gold from Sudan, clean it in Nairobi, take it to the Middle East, use the funds to buy arms to go and kill people in the Sudan.
Insiders claim Kenya smuggled gold from Sudanese rebels in exchange for arms. Documents, manifests, and air traffic logs point to a high-level operation.
My good brother. Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome to your other home. Thank you very much.
This isn't just corruption. It could spark international war crime charges. Number 2, the Weston Hotel land grab.
Weston?
Weston.
Weston, it's Ruto, Google.
And
Piga Google sahi, it's Ruto.
Ni yake?
Yeah.
Na hiyo parking?
Ni ya hiyo tu, ni ya nani? We must fear God, bana. Yeah.
Nobody else.
Nobody else. Go to Google. Google will never lie to you. And if you want to see Google. Because Google inasema Weston Hotel belongs to so and so.
Yeah. Hiyo ni disclaimer moha. Unajua.
Okay, in fact.
Wacha niweke hiyo disclaimer.
Kama unaogopa kusema. Just say according to Google.
Built on illegal acquired public land, Ruto's Weston Hotel is a living monument to state theft. Even he admits it was wrong.
Tell me about the Western Hotel, which you own, which is worth an awful lot of money and which is sitting on illegally acquired land.
Western Hotel is a big story.
It is.
Kenyans
are following it very closely. That may be why you're top of that poll.
You will want to believe that Western Hotel occupies half of Nairobi. Western Hotel sits on 0.7 hectares of land.
Illegally acquired
70,000
land. Which actually belongs to the Civil Aviation Authority, and then you miraculously acquired it and built a hotel.
For your information, Western Hotel was bought.
Illegally?
Not bought illegally. In fact, for the record, the National Land Commission has made a finding that Western was an innocent purchaser for value from somebody who got it illegally. And reparations have been made constitutionally to restore that land to Kenya Civil Aviation Authority by demanding that those who sold the land to us must pay.
But still holds on to it. If he won't return stolen land, what else will he keep stealing? Number 1, the China deal, $1 billion betrayal.
Hatutakuwa tunatafuta madeni kutoka China na mahali ingine ambayo sasa inatuletea kisirani.
He promised to reject Chinese debt. Now he's begging for it.
Kenyan president is seeking another loan of about $1 billion from China to complete a stalled road construction project, shifting his earlier stance when his coalition had accused the former president of excessive borrowing during last year's election campaign.
The William Ruto sasa wako Uchina na tunasikia ameenda kukopa pesa.
The China trip comes with 20 fresh deals signed behind closed doors, a new $1 billion loan with no clear explanation, while Kenyans drown in taxes and poverty.
Ukiangalia fedha ambazo tunakopa kama nchi, I believe there is another better way we can manage our public resources bila kuongezea Wakenya hapo beleni madeni kubwa.
Even China doesn't trust him, but they know one thing: Ruto is willing to sell Kenya for a price. In conclusion, this isn't just bad leadership. It's elite looting dressed in diplomacy. If you don't speak now, Kenya will be signed away one dirty deal at a time. The truth is out. So what will you do about it? Share this video before it's too late. Subscribe for more truths that the mainstream won't show you.